When I go through your hockey DB, your elite prospects with the amount of teams and how many games played and how consistent you've been, like there's so many guys that would have called it quits way, way earlier, but here you are. And like, I don't know about you, Dave, I can smell the passion on this guy through the Zoom call. Like this guy he loves eating pucks. And obviously he's going to continue doing it. Congrats on the new deal at Utica. But are there any moments along the way where maybe you've spun it in a way where you're like, this is tough, but this is still a pretty good day. I get to be a professional hockey goaltender? Or how exactly did you carve your way through, I think 9 years, 8 years of being a professional goalie?
Yes, I'll be in year 9 next year. I mean, so I'll take you through like I've had how my pro career started was, I mean, it was rocky to begin with, so I think I kind of set that as like a low or a standard rather. So I came out of junior and I was up for goalie of the year with 2 other goalies. I forget who they were back then, but I know Tyler Parsons is one of them. I can't remember the other one, but
Legend.
yeah. So I come out like thinking, I'll probably get an AHL, maybe an NHL deal, right? Like top 3 goalie in the OHL for that season. That doesn't happen, and then I get a call from my agent. He goes, "Hey, like this team down in Wichita, like would love to have you. So you should go sign there." So I do that, and my agent calls again. He's like, "Great, like I'm gonna get you at camp with the Rangers." And then after that, like you can go to the AHL camp for the Wichita's team, which was up in Rockford at the time, or I think Rockford just wanted me at camp, whatever it was. I don't remember. It was so long ago. So I did camp in New York with Lundqvist and stuff. So that was kind of a cool start to my pro career, being at an NHL camp with Henrik Lundqvist. A week goes by, they cut you, and then I went to Rockford. 6 goalies got there a day after me, cut me. And this is, I'm all in my car, right? Going from New York to Rockford, Illinois, then all the way down to Wichita, Kansas. Went down. Then they sent Stu Skinner down, cut me. And I was like, oh boy, like maybe I should probably just go to school. I was kind of sitting in my apartment kind of thinking like, all right, well, like I'm in Wichita, Kansas here. Like, I'm not sure what we're doing. Got a call for a team in Evansville. Where's that? Indiana? Yeah,
Yep.
so Evansville, Indiana comes around in the SPHL. I'm like, great. Like, didn't think we were going to be starting here, but here we are, like 3 weeks later, and then went through their whole training camp, and I didn't even get the first start of the season, and I was like, all right, this is crazy. Like, I'm going to school, and then the coach called me after the game. He's like, hey, I didn't start you because the team in Allen wanted to bring you up, and that's kind of where my career actually started. Was in Allen, Texas, because a goalie had a career-ending injury there, I think. So then ended up playing 35 plus games that year, getting a call up to San Jose, and then that's kind of how everything started.
What kind of car are you driving? You must have been putting on the miles with that one.
Oh yeah, it was a Jeep Cherokee back then.
Old reliable, old dependable.
Not really. That thing had some issues for sure. I mean, yeah. So that's kind of like how my first year went. So then anytime where I had situations where we're driving here to this to get cut here, like it didn't really phase me too much. I think because I went through so much in year 1. Going from SPHL to the AHL, and then I think the year later I got released in Allen. So that's kind of where like the low point of my career was. I went a full calendar year without a win.
Wow.
From my sophomore year, I think I went 0-21 in that span, or 0-22.
Was there something contributing to that? Was it a weak team or just not having the?
Was on that year, I was on the worst 2 teams in the league. But I mean, I'm sure I could have muscled out a win maybe, or maybe things just weren't going well. But
looking back on those, I mean, those are learning years, obviously.
yeah, like I think it would have been pretty easy to call it quits after a year like that. But then, especially like kind of ending up back in the SPHL after, that's when I went to Budapest. Was the following year after the 0-20 something year or calendar year.
And that's what you talked about, getting your confidence back up.
Yeah, and then went there, had a good year, and then ended up in England or I'm trying to remember what was in between there, but something was.
Man, like honestly, I don't mean to call you up, but it's such a whirlwind. I'm sure it's really hard to kind of piece together. I mean, at some point, you got to start using AI to help you jot all this down.
Yeah, well, that's why we got elite prospects, right?
Excellent point.
They did it for you.
Yeah, excellent point. Hey, more hockey content. It's might be old, it might be new, it might be a full episode, it might be a half episode, but you can click these boxes because who doesn't like clicking boxes?